Hi, parents and families. I just wanted to check in and make sure that I'm giving you access to all of the activities that I'm assigning to your students. We're looking at things that are building academic skills, and even though they don't look like academics, like it's not like we're looking at numbers and we're not looking at ABCs or reading skills right now. We're looking at pre-academic skills, and these are things that are going to be able to give you skills to be able to connect with exactly what you want to do for academics later on. Things like matching, seeing similarities and differences between things, being able to cut on lines and follow directions. I'll give you all the materials that you need. I will give you the skills that you're working on, and I will also teach you exactly how to do each step and how to progress them so that they get more and more complex and then lead you into academic skills. Hope this is helpful. Thanks. This game is called matching socks. And I know it seems like a chore, but it's really not. It's actually a lifelong skill. What I want you to be able to do is allow your child to see that things that are the same go together. This leads into academic skills where we see that something that looks like an A and another thing that looks like an A must both be A's, and they must have the same name and they must go together. So this is how I want you to play it. I want you to start really slow. I'm only taking 2 pairs of socks, so I only have 4 different items in front of me. I'm going to show you how to lay them out, and I'm going to show you exactly where to start and the next piece to go into. So the very first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to actually lay out my socks, and I don't want them in a pile like I would if I was actually sorting socks as like a chore. What I want to do is I want to lay them out so that children can see what I have in front of me. So right now I have an every other pattern. I could also do an array where they look like this. Either one is totally fine to start with. What you want to do first is make sure that you have very different looking socks. If 4 socks is too easy, you can go up to 6 socks, but I still want you to continue to make sure that your socks are separated. And I want you to continue to make sure they're not in a pile. So see how mine are all laid out? And they're not together. I could make this more complex, and I could start to put the same socks together but keep other socks apart, especially if I'm adding something new or things that look a little bit similar. The next progression that you want to try is to have socks that are more similar. Take away things that are so different and make sure that things are a little bit closer together in looks. Then have your child match those socks. They can roll them up, or they can just fold them, or they can just put them in a pile together. If having all the socks laid out is really easy, before you progress to just throwing a whole bunch of socks in a pile, I want you to go back to having socks that are really different looking being in a pile. So see how I've gone back to just having my 2 socks and they're all piled up. It's really visually difficult to distinguish differences between objects when they're jumbled. So I want you to really take this progression slow. Eventually you'll end up with a big mess and socks to actually sort. And now you have a child who's ready to do lifelong skills, do a chore in your house regularly, and be able to determine differences and similarities between matching objects.